Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We have a wonderful lineup today of incredible speakers who are here to share their hottest visibility tips of what is working now in the marketplace. And this experience is something that was born from just a crazy idea that I had to find a way to support my community, my client, my friends, my colleagues. Everyone has such incredible things happening. And as you know, I'm Heather Burgett, an award-winning publicist and visibility expert. My big thing is helping others get visible. So I was like, let me create a platform where I can do that for people. And at the same time, it also raises my visibility. So it's truly a win-win for everybody. And I will say that, you know, this stuff is no joke. It really works. We had some of you who were here last month know that Christopher Kai, the billionaire networker who had seen what I was doing after one of my parties, said, hey, we should do a live event together. And we did that just recently. We had my first live co-hosted in-person event here in Santa Monica. And it was just really incredible. So when we are getting ourselves out there seen in the right way at the right time by the right people, it truly is like the stars align and miracles happen. So let's just go ahead. People feel free to say hello, where you're tuning in from around the globe. I know we already have some as far away as Canada and Australia. And of course, I'm here in Southern California, and we've got people all over the globe, Arizona, UK, oh my gosh, Texas, all over, Florida. Beautiful. And so, you know, what I would love to do is just give a quick little intro to this event. And so you know what to expect and what we can, you know, be doing after, because we also want to stay in touch after the event. And so we have, if you go to our Facebook group, I think one of the ladies here can put the link in the chat here. We have a sticker, a post in there for the after party. So obviously when we close this Zoom, the chat, everything goes away. But if you want to stay connected, we have a post, a dedicated after party post where you can go ahead and chat with each other there after the event. Okay, let's see. So we have, yes, okay. So, and I would love to start actually giving you a hot tip too, because I realized in the last parties, I'm like, oh yeah, I should be giving a hot tip as well. Everyone else is giving hot tips. So what I want to start by saying, you know, a hot tip is host a party, right? Like I can't tell you how much this has been a wonderful thing for my business and my community in terms of connecting people. I get really wonderful messages after these events about, you know, people finding new connections, new partners, power partners, new clients. They got lots of clicks to their links and whatever it was, they got something. Let's just say I haven't heard a negative thing yet. So we're trying to keep that record of positive things coming out of these events. So, and just out of curiosity, if people who are here in the chat, if you could go ahead, and I would just like to gauge if you are interested in learning how to do a visibility party or something like this model. We've had hundreds of people, you know, coming into our community in the last couple months, growing our groups, our lists, like it's just been wonderful. So I'm curious, just by a show of hands, if you put a 1 in the chat or a yes in the chat, who here would be interested in learning this model or how to do this kind of a thing, this kind of an online event? Okay, cool. I see some yeses coming and 1's coming through there. And so that's what we're deciding now is, should I now teach people how to do this? Wonderful. Okay, so we have, with all of that being said, each speaker is going to have 2 minutes in the spotlight. We do this as a power hour. So we really, we don't do crosstalk or anything. All the love and excitement is in the chat. The chat is fire. So that's why I do recommend people come live to this event. That's where a lot of the connecting is really happening during the event. But in the meantime, we'll hear from each one of our wonderful speakers. And the one thing that we ask is that people just don't do any direct selling, right? Like this is really just to shine your light, your gifts, speak about what you're doing in the world, how you're being of service in the world. And if people want to connect with each other, they can totally do that. And that's why we give you the links so you can stay connected. And at the end, we're also going to have a little trivia. So stick around for that. we'll have some winners and some prizes. And I think with that being said, we are good to go and dive in. So let's all just, let's take everyone come off mute just for a second and give a big like, woo, like, let's hear some noise. Let me hear like some. Bring everybody, all that beautiful energy into the space. Wonderful. All right. So are we ready? Are we ready to rock and roll? Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. So first up, we have the lovely Holly Dowling. Now, Holly is a very special guest and a former client of mine. Welcome, Holly. As a global keynote speaker, I invited her to do a mini keynote today. Holly's getting 4 minutes. So Holly, you have spoken around the globe, Fortune 500 companies. You are incredible. You're a widely successful and popular podcast. And like, I don't even remember how many countries you're popular in, but you are a shining example of speaking your message in the world. So I'm going to just turn it over to you and let you go, let you run with it.
Thank you, Heather. And you know that I use the word love all the time. So I just love you for doing this. And to everybody out there, I'm laughing because I wanted us to give her a sitting ovation, right? When we kicked off, because we're all sitting, it's virtual, right? And instead of standing, but since we're all on mute, but let's still give it all for Heather, because Heather, yeah, look, and we're all like, woo! This is truly unbelievably brilliant what you have done. And I just wanted to start by saying thank you, because I think you have been the reason that so many of us are all connected. It's your shining light, my love, that is why we are here today and why this continues to permeate the world. So all of that said, thank you for the wonderful intro. One of the most important things I want to share with all of you is that you will never hear me do a canned keynote. And that's a really big deal in this industry that we're in. And so there's so many things I'd love to share. The most important thing is that it's just the way I show up in the world. I show up as me. I'm authentic. I'm vulnerable. I'm transparent. And oh, by the way, may I say that didn't always come so easily. But I truly believe that if you have a message, we all have a light right here. And I'm on a mission right now to help human beings all over the world. It doesn't matter your age, your gender, your race, your level of education. I truly believe that we've been given gifts, and they've been given to us when we came into this world. And what we do with it, to shine the light on it, I no longer dim my light thinking I have to dim my light to help others shine. It's actually the exact opposite, my friends. This is about when you really find your light, and you can help it shine. You shine your light so much brighter on everyone around you. And it's really, really been a privilege and an honor to be all over the world. I always think that I get very blessed to say I'm a messenger for people to find hope, healing, inspiration. And the crazy thing about that, as I say that to you, I would never have imagined that I would end up globally speaking a lot and serving and supporting leaders all over the world, but it has just stemmed off of there. So thank you, Heather, for what you've done. Yes, there's been some amazing gifts and some amazing awards I've received over time, but what I want to share with you, if there's just a few tips that right now that I can just give to you in this moment. I did all of this by breaking all the rules. I'm just going to pause there. There is nothing about this platform and about this amazing team that we have come together to bring this mission to the world. I've done it completely the opposite way, everyone. Yes, I do not have a TED Talk. And I have to say, I was listening to a lot of the people from the last group that you did, Heather, and I loved like seeing and hearing everybody. And I'm like, well, I've just got to tell you, I haven't done the TED Talk thing. Now, if that's something that I might do down the road, maybe, but I have a platform, and this is what I want you to know. Stop talking about ourselves. Yes, we have a story, and we all have something that makes us rich in character. I didn't share a lot of my dark past till just a few years ago. I was scared to death. I was scared to death for people to know the dark past of Holly, because God forbid my global clients, oh my God, they wouldn't want to buy damaged goods. Little did I know, though, when we reveal, we heal, and we help others. Many times people you'll never meet heal. So I say that because I broke the rules. I have no best-selling book. I took all my favorite inspirations and put them in a little book called Hollyisms, and then we created an app for Daily Dose to do it. but I have no best-selling book. I don't have a TED Talk. I literally did this all the opposite way. And that's what I want you to know, that you have everything you need right here. Most importantly, know your message. And people have asked me for years, will you coach me? Will you give me tips on how to be a speaker? And I finally did that. I finally put together that program during COVID. But my point is, if it's about you, then get out of the business. Because to truly have a global impact on others, it has to start with knowing, what can you do to serve and support others? What's your why? Get the ego out of the way and figure out how to bring your light to make others shine their light brighter. So Heather, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I love you all. Please reach out to me on LinkedIn and all of the great places that we're meeting each other. I'm staying on the whole hour because I can't wait to hear from everybody else. And I think that was my beeper, right?
You're amazing. Yes. And that's also, just so everyone knows, Nora has a little beep, so you might hear that at your time. So thank you so much, Holly. That was as you can see, she inspires hearts and minds around the globe in a very wonderful, beautiful way. Let's all give some love, some twinkle fingers. Thank you, Holly. That was really, really beautiful. So happy to have you here. Okay. Mwah. And we have next up, Adriana Alvarez. Hi, Adriana. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Heather, for putting this together and for having me. Welcome, everyone. I'm Adriana Monique Alvarez. I'm the founder of Alma Publishing, and I help successful entrepreneurs create a publishing division in their business so they can help bring their client stories to the world. And my biggest tip for you is to dive head on into daily storytelling. And while you might think, I don't know where a story could come from every single day, I have a tip for that as well. So if every single night, in those few minutes before you go to sleep, if you allow yourself to scan through your day, I call it the highlight reel, and pause at every single beautiful moment. You know, when you made eye contact with the lady at the grocery store, or your child said something really sweet, or your husband met you with a cup of coffee, or you had an incredible session with a client, take a moment and pause and reflect on that. And the story that stands out the most, put it in your phone or put it on a little Post-it note, and that can be the inspiration for the next day's story. Today, people aren't interested in buying from us because of what we offer. They're buying from us because of who we are, our values, what we stand for, what we believe in. And guess what? Even though it might feel like cancel culture is going the opposite direction, if you don't have a strong opinion about anything, it's going to be hard for people to find you, to hear you, and to fall in love with you. That's my tip for you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. That was beautiful. And just so you all know too, I'm sure you're seeing it, but in the chat, we're putting, their free gifts from the speakers, how to connect with them and stay connected. So thank you, Adriana. I love that people buy from us because of who we are. So beautifully said. Thank you for coming today and shining your light on our virtual stage. Wonderful. Okay, we have next up the lovely Natalie Hill. Welcome, Natalie.
Woohoo! So first of all, Heather, this is inspired, creative, brilliant, and fun. Thank you so much for putting this together and for inviting me to be in it. So I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and Adriana, I just want to highlight you because that was so beautiful. The idea of today's story being your inspiration for tomorrow's story. Thank you so much for that. So I was a teacher for 20 years in the classroom, and I just had a lot of experience getting students enthused and engaged and taking courageous action and succeeding. So now instead of kids, I bring this to adults. And I help mature entrepreneurs get their wisdom to the world so that they can make more money, help more people than ever before while creating a six-figure business. So here's my visibility tip. And it's like echoing what Holly and Adriana have said. For you to look good, make others look good. Just like Heather's doing today for all of us, you don't have to brag or even try to stand out. You naturally do that when you uplift others. Just think of Oprah, Ellen, Jimmy Fallon, all the great talk show hosts. They became famous by uplifting and spotlighting others. So And I just encourage you to find a way to do that in your business. And like what I'm doing right now, Heather and I are both supporting each other as I'm doing this thing called the List Building Lab. And I'm bringing in experts most of the days. It's a free online training and the experts are teaching. And Heather taught on Tuesday in my List Building Lab. And so it's just so fun to spotlight and uplift other experts while teaching people something valuable. And, you end up looking good and you don't even have to be the star of the show. So that's my tip for you. Thanks so much. Can't wait to hear all the other beautiful speakers here today.
Thank you, Natalie. You are such a shining light. And yes, this is kind of a collab we're doing this week. So for anyone else who is liking this thing, I went and spoke in Natalie's group and did a training on Tuesday. Now she's here today sharing her genius with us here on this stage. So absolutely, this is how it works when we shine our light on each other's stages. We really can support each other. And I've had a lot of people that came to, I think some of my community came to your event, and then I saw a lot of people from your event joining my community, and now who knows who's here today. We've got even more people joining us today. So that's how it all works. The aligned visibility creates the connection, which then leads to currency, right? Because then that's where you find your next project, your next client, right? From the people that are flocking to you. So thank you, Natalie. Beautifully said, as always. Pleasure to have you here. Okay, we have Crystal Lynn is next up. Welcome, Crystal.
Hi, everyone. So I am Crystal Lynn, Divine Empowerment Coach. I really focus on helping women to heal from the inside out so they are a magnet for love and abundance. My clients would say my superpower is healing past abuse and getting them to believe in themselves and their visions again and start taking action. So my visibility tip for you is to be in committed action and to be authentic. Why be anyone else? There's only one you, right? You have special gifts. You have a mission. You have a reason that you want to be visible, a reason why you're here. And you get to connect with that. Your dreams are bigger than your fears, right? So just show up, be uncomfortable, right? That's the best thing I can offer you. When I realized that I was more afraid not to try than I was to fail. That was a huge moment for me, right? In my own business and my own growth. So I encourage you just show up, be messy, right? Be in the committed action and be yourself. And honestly, the more you do it, the more you'll be able to be authentic and be yourself too. So that's my big tip for all of you. And my free gift is a guide to discover your self-love, your confidence, to maximize all of that. So you can grab that at crystalinperez.com/into-love. I'm complete.
Yay. Thank you, Crystal. Kudos to you. Some twinkle fingers. Love your energy. This is our first time getting to meet and play together. So beautiful to have you here today. And yes, an awesome gift in there for you. Discover the shifts to increase your self-love and maximum confidence guide. So yes, awesome. Go ahead and grab the gifts that are going into the chat there. Thank you, Crystal, for being here today. Okay, we have next up the lovely Sophia Parra. Welcome, Sophia.
Hi. I had a weird feeling that it was my turn, so that's kind of funny. We're just connected.
I love it. And this is so fun because some of us are just meeting, but Sophia and I actually go way back. Someone else from my community who's also been an expert in coming into my inner circle. I've gone into her community. And so again, this is, it's so fun when we get to support and play with each other. So I'm really happy to have you here today. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is my first time at this party though, and it's just so fun. I love the energy. So thanks for having me. So my name is Sophia Parra. I'm a social media strategist, and I help coaches get clients on social media. One of the things that, just so everyone knows, I'm actually coming out with a podcast pretty soon, and you all are such incredible people. If you guys reached out to me and on Instagram, I'd love to chat about having you on my podcast so we can continue to amplify your message. In terms of my visibility tip, so I have a little more of a technical one today. One thing that I'm not seeing a ton of people play with, and I'm so confused as to why, is we have a brand new feature on Instagram where we are actually able to collaborate with people in terms of creating carousels with them and reels with them, so that when we collab on that content, it actually is posted not just on our page, but on the person that we are collaborating with. And it is such an easy way. We are already spending probably way too much time creating content. I mean, let's be real. The name of the game in 2022, in my opinion, is about amplifying that content and making sure it's getting in front of new audiences. But if all we do is just post content, that's not really what it's doing. So collaborating, especially if you just imagine doing 2 collaboration pieces of content a month, that's getting in front of new audiences every single month. And because you get to share the insights and the engagement and everything that comes from that post together, you can actually start conversations with the person's audience that you're collabing with, turn that into a conversation in the DM, share lead magnets to provide extra support. And it's just a great way to not only meet new people, but help them on a deeper level. So I'd say that's my visibility tip that I feel like people need to be using more in 2022.
I love it. And that is a super hot tip. And I've been seeing a lot of people starting to do that on my Instagram feed. And I'm like, that is brilliant. So yeah, I think you're right. It's way underutilized. Hot tip, everyone. You heard it here first. Sophia Parra. Thank you, lovely. Thanks for being here today. Okay. We have next up, Sheryl Matthys from FetchaDate. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Is she here?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good. Here we go. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. I am Sheryl Matthys, the pet lovers matchmaker and creator of the dating app FetchaDate. And I coach single pet lovers to find quality dates and love through my positive dating system, which walks people through their goals and to gain clarity on who they are so they attract the right person. And while creating the dating app FetchaDate, I realized, whether in business or for a relationship, we are all looking to attract the right people. So as a coach, you want clients, you want customers who are fit for what you offer rather than toxic people or those who can't afford what you offer or on the quality that you desire. And we may wonder, okay, where the heck are they? How do I find them? Well, it starts with us. And one of the steps that I help singles with is first getting clear on their messaging, not actually what they say, but how they present themselves. Because you attract what you are, not what you want. So let me repeat, because that's my hot visibility tip today. And it's where all your marketing and coaching and relationships begin. It's you attract what you are, not what you want. It's your thoughts about yourself. Thoughts become our beliefs and beliefs turn into behaviors. And a lack of confidence in making your offer stems from a lack of confidence in your product or your service. So let's start with that. What do you value? Do you value your time? And that could mean how you structure your day. Do you value your self-worth, or are you a constant people pleaser and get distracted from your goals because you're putting out fires for everyone else's needs? And what truly makes you happy? And I don't mean for you to start describing the other person, the customer or the client. I mean, what brings you excitement to coach or speak? And that comes easily, and that you notice you get that spark. For me, it's as soon as I begin talking with dog lovers and they feel drawn to the excitement in my voice and my passion just seems to show through. So it's knowing who you are, accepting who you are, and even being proud of who you are is imperative to approach dating or your business as healthy, authentic, and for success. So my ask for the group today is I'm looking to make connections with all of you. You're so fabulous in what you do, and I'm excited to learn more about your businesses. But I'm also looking for brand ambassadors, those who could help share FetchaDate with those in their community to make a free profile. So you can check out my website, FetchaDate, or I'd love to connect with you on Facebook on the page at FetchaDate.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sheryl. So who would be your ideal brand ambassador? Is it someone that has, does it involve pet lovers or tell us a little bit just quickly.
It tends to be a pet lover themselves, someone maybe who is single, but that's not required. Just someone who has a real passion for connecting with other pet lovers and finds it easy to walk into a dog park and, pass out some cards and say, hey, do you know of this? Or in a dog bar, or just walking down the street, just someone who loves to and feels like it's easy to just walk up to people who have pets and start that conversation.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm sure there's some people here in this room today that would be wonderful candidates for you. So we've got your link here in the chat. So well, you're all welcome to reach out to Sheryl if you think you might be a good brand ambassador for FetchaDate.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sheryl. Thank you so much for being here. And we are moving through quickly. We have next up, Eva Medelack. Hi, Eva.
Hi, Heather. I mean, did she say a dog bar or a pet bar? I was like, I'm still stuck at that. But anyway, thank you. It's so lovely to meet you. And what you're doing is amazing. So, some of you may be noticing that when you ask your peers and colleagues how they are these days, they're responding with good, but really busy, really busy. And that may even be your response. Being busy these days has everyone feeling burnt out, stressed out, and overwhelmed. And as a high performance coach, I help busy professionals be able to advance their careers without sacrifice to their personal lives that cause stress and overwhelm. Now, you've been sold on the idea that you can have it all and that you can have work-life balance at the same time. Most of you believe that in order to have it all, that you also have to be it all and do it all too. Well, that level of hustle is costing you your health, your well-being, and your relationships. And we all know that it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to be successful. So one way that I found that works to increase visibility without adding that new level of stress and burnout is to do Facebook Live swaps. And that can be swaps on any of the social media platforms. Because doing lives on your pages and in your groups creates more opportunity for you to be seen, but also having guests on your lives creates opportunity for cross promotion to a wider audience. Like, for example, I have a Facebook Live every Wednesday on my business page, and I can invite someone to join me to speak on a topic that is not really in my area of expertise. And in return, they invite me as a guest on their page. And we both agree to promote each other's appearance to our audience, and it becomes a win-win. So for those of you who are driven to succeed, but you don't want to drive yourself into a ditch of busy exhaustion, I've got something for you. You can go to evamedelack.com/reverse burnout so that you can download my free gift, which is 5 ways to reverse burnout so that you can achieve success without the stress.
Oh my gosh, that was like literally to the second. Beautiful. Well done. We got total pros here today. You are amazing, Eva. Thank you so much. That was so well said and well done. And I love your colorful background. That's like one of my favorite colors is that like aqua teal. So pretty. Welcome to, let's see who we have next. Coming up is Jocelyn Chong. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Hello, everyone. I am Jocelyn Chong. I'm the #1 international bestseller for 3 books, and I talk about business and life. So I love helping people who are feeling overwhelmed, disorganized, or don't know how to delegate their tasks, and help them get ultra clear on how to hire and train their team so that their team can really represent them so well in their business. So I teach them really strong, powerful strategies that can help their team shine and they can spotlight even more to the world. So that's my passion. And my hot tip today is when you attend a networking event, make sure that you do a collaboration call that is so resourceful. You go away and you actually help make introductions to someone else. It could be 1 or 2 sentences that you can make an introduction for, and it's through Messenger, through LinkedIn, through Instagram. That can really make such a big difference to the world. Thank you.
That was amazing. Here I come back again, spotlighting myself. So thank you, Jocelyn. That was so wonderful. It's so great to have you here. And again, someone brand new that I'm excited to get to play with virtually on our stage here and hope to stay in touch with and do a lot more collaborations in the future. So thank you, Jocelyn. And just so you all know, we have a lot of moving parts going here with spotlighting and timers and links and all the things. So sometimes we, it's a little bit like a circus behind the scenes here, but we're hoping it all looks pretty smooth on the front end. So, okay, we have next up, Jill Kirsch. Welcome, Jill. Again, another incredible woman who has been an expert in my community as well. We've had Jill come in and talk to us about her expertise. So Jill, I'm going to let you tell everybody what is your genius zone.
Well, my genius zone, first of all, this is so fabulous. You are amazing. End of story. I'm so used to speaking on people's platforms that I'm so involved in what everyone is saying. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to miss this. Oh, my name is called. Okay, so hi, I'm Jill Kirsch. I'm a color expert. I'm considered Hollywood's guru of hue, and I'm, as of late, an author. I've curated everyone's best shades of every color for fashion, for beauty, for backgrounds, as we're all living in this virtual universe. And I show them how to really come across on camera, in person, whatever, having to do with color. Because my viewpoint is when I've done all the work, so when someone knows every shade of color that's going to really make them look amazing, the focus of the viewer is drawn from what you're wearing to the lips, to the cheeks, to the eyes, to the hair. So all the arrows are pointing up, and then the message that you're communicating in words just rides on that wave. You know what I mean? Instead of the lips get there before she does, and the background is so interesting and so many distractions, and all of that stuff really dilutes the message, the presence. And so I feel like once someone knows which shades of color work for them, they can take their attention off of this and put their attention out there and getting and having what they want and communicating and empowering others. I am so much about empowering people and just showing them how to be their best self, especially in this virtual universe. I've been color coaching people from all over the world. I've been very grateful to be featured in a lot of publications and TV and all that. But what happens is now we are all on camera. Literally, we and our mothers are literally all on camera right now. And so I can provide the ingredient of like having people take their attention off of, is it good? I don't know, I'm not sure, and the background and this, and all this noise that goes on in our head that keeps us from just being in the present and communicating and changing the world, basically. So that's what I contribute. That's my superpower, which has kind of been amped up so much given our virtual universe that we can't just go in and give a hug or give a handshake, but I'm hugging you all right now, and I'm very connected with all of you. And I start with a very nothing background, as you noticed. I'm wearing black or white, because what is sitting next to me is tons of color. So my whole universe, my whole business is incredibly show and tell. So that's what I can contribute. And I'm really, really about making people happy and having fun with all this stuff, you know? And what was it? My tip? I had to think about my tip. Yes. Say yes. Say yes to everything. That's one of these cliches that I had heard before, but I got to tell you, especially in this day and age, I have said yes to certain things and certain people that I was like, well, I don't know. And they're the people coming from corporate, and I don't have the corporate, and I was an actress in New York, and now I'm doing this, and they have this. Forget about all the noise and just say yes, and you figure it out. It's like a cliche thing, but it is 110% true. So thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Hollywood's guru of hue, everyone. She has talk about visible. You have been on practically every major TV network and women's magazine, and you have been the queen of visibility. So thank you for coming today and sharing some of your hot tips and genius zone with us. Thank you, Jill. Okay, we have next up, Ruth Bleakley Thiefen. Hello.
Hello, so beautiful to be in this party. Thank you so much for inviting me. So yes, my name is Ruth Bleakley Thiefen. I am Irish and I live in Germany. I'm a coach. I am an author and an alchemist. My latest book is called Unmute Your Soul, Find Your Voice and Express Your Sacred Purpose. I am the founder of the Intuitive Feminine Leadership Academy, and I support spiritual women who have this feeling that there's something missing in their life to align with their purpose and connect with their intuition and be able to express their sacred purpose. And I learned from a very early age what it is like to do business the feminine way, because my mother was a very powerful businesswoman. She was very successful, but she did it the male way, and she dropped dead when she was 54. So I decided I want to do it a different way. And I teach women to do business with, in sync with their cycle and the cycle of the moon, because we do different things at different times. And I think this is very, very important for women. My one hot visibility tip is to get on podcasts, to be visible, to speak about your subject. And if it's not speaking that is your talent, because we are all born with different talents, then use your body or be creative, show yourself, and just do it. I have for you a free blueprint for embodied feminine leadership, where you can find out your very own best superpower leadership and take a look and see what you need to work on. And that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Ruth. And I love that we have, you're from Ireland and in Germany. So you're representing, we've got the European contingency here. We have had a lot of Irish speakers come out to these parties too. So yeah, we love how global we go here on these events. You're just such a brilliant person and beautiful soul. Thank you for shining your light here today with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Okay, we have moving quickly through. We're doing well on time, everyone. We've got up Margo Sage. Welcome, Margo.
Thank you, Heather. First, I just want to start with everyone taking a long, deep breath in and a full exhale out. Taking one more deep inhale and full exhale. I'm Margo Sage. I'm the founder of Margo Sage Health and Wellness and the author of Ordinary Miracles, Life After Loss, which was my first book that I launched in November of this past year. My business, I started in 2019, and during COVID, I really grew my yoga and mindfulness practice. I am a certified mindfulness meditation coach and Hatha restorative and children's yoga instructor, and have taught a lot on Zoom, but also am now getting back into the live world. I'm also a conference planner, so I've been really fortunate to take my health and wellness business into that conference space and teach all over the world, hopefully coming up with travel coming back. My book and my business come hand in hand from my own personal journey of loss. I'm very committed and connected with the widowed community, so spend a lot of time coaching, teaching, and trying to help those that have also lost move forward with their life. So my book, Ordinary Miracles, that is something that my messaging is look for those ordinary miracles in your life. My hot tip is I reached out to our local TV network in Toronto and was able to have been on 7 times over COVID to just do breath work and breathing to help people through COVID and try and deal with the stress and anxieties that they're dealing with. So that would be my hot tip. And again, just looking for those ordinary miracles in our lives to help propel us forward and move on with a peaceful heart. For more information about me, my business, it's margosage.com. And Heather, thank you so much for including me today.
Yeah, thank you for coming out and giving us that calming moment, your energy and that breath work, just even doing a couple breaths. So calming, so beautiful. Thank you, Margo. Thank you for being here today. Beautiful. Okay, we have next up Jill Battle. Is Jill here? Fantastic. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. So
you got it. You got this.
I'm Jill Battle. I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario. So I am the founder of Chronically Fit Canada. And how that came about was I have a degree in nutrition, and then I became a personal trainer and a yoga instructor. And then 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with a rare chronic illness. So I kind of took my passion that I already had, and I let it evolve naturally into a passion to helping people with chronic illnesses, because I want people to be empowered over their wellness and not to see the negatives, but to see the positives and the things that they can control. Because there's a lot I can't control with my health, but I know there's a lot more that I can, and that's completely changed my quality of life and the direction of my life. So basically what it is, Chronically Fit Canada is a virtual wellness community that I'm building because I want to connect people, mainly people with chronic illnesses, to move more, to be well, and to be healthy. So that's a little bit about me. So I've had, again, some unique life experiences, and I use that as a platform to connect with people. And again, one thing I love is just all of us coming together and hearing that, that universal message that we all have. It's about being authentic to ourselves and putting ourselves out there. And you can see this in the group, that we've all come together with the same kind of thinking process, which is amazing. So I lost my first husband when I was 24, and I was pregnant with our son. And then I was diagnosed with a rare illness. So just sharing my story has been my expertise. It's just putting my heart there and putting it out there. And it's just blossomed into so many wonderful gifts, and seeing that even in the negative things in our lives, that we have a lot of gifts from them. And when we put even our hardships out there, the things that we get back are like 100-fold. And then I really love, it was already mentioned again a bunch of times. I want you find your own happiness in yourself. And I think when we all work on ourselves, that's my visibility tip, is the more I work on myself and being happy with who I am and validating myself because I love myself, that makes all the difference in the world, because then I'm attracting people that I want to be around, and it just kind of blows up, and just everything like coming across this group, right? Like you can just see how it can amplify and be amazing. And then taking that love, and again, reaching out to free media sources and different things like that, like the newspapers, Facebook groups. I've put my heart on Facebook, volunteering, putting my time out there, and it's just kind of come back to me so that I can be in, I'm now the global ambassador, or the Canadian ambassador for Team Addison Canada, which I have Addison's disease. So it's just given me a wonderful gift and a platform to share my story and to spread the message of wellness and everything. I would say my ask would be, if anyone had like organic marketing tips, more organic tips would be amazing. And then my gift is, my YouTube channel, Chronically Fit Canada. I have all kinds of free workout videos and different things like that, and just advice and things that I've learned. Again, just putting my heart out there to connect with people about the things that I've learned about my life lessons, and just hopefully sharing with it, and hopefully helping somebody with that information.
That's it. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jill. Okay. And I just want to acknowledge you and honor you, because sometimes we have people come on these parties who are super seasoned pros, and then others are, maybe not as familiar or used to putting themselves in the spotlight like this. So just acknowledging that you said you were nervous, I just want to reflect back.
Thank you.
Did an incredible job at it. And if any place there is an easy place to practice and, get comfortable doing it, it's a place like this, and a group of heart-centered, purpose-driven, like-minded professionals. So thank you.
It's the only way to learn, right? Like you just jump in.
Gotta just do it. Thank you so much. So love to Jill. Thank you for sharing your vulnerable story. We have next up Megan Wiseman.
Yes, hello. Thank you. I've enjoyed this group, and I'm excited to share a little bit about me and what I do. I am an intuitive hypnotherapist, healer, and ultimately a mentor, because now I use my healing to teach other people how to be intuitive. So I focus on working with spiritually focused healers, coaches, and therapists, and I help them dive deep into their emotions. And what I've found is this beautiful connection with the emotions and the intuition. And as you start diving into your emotions and becoming aware of that energy of emotions that's inside of you, there's this beautiful connection of clearing out the heavy, clearing out your fears, clearing out your doubts. And as you do that, you align yourself to be in more light and truth. And when you are in your own light and truth, that's when your intuition starts to come alive and your intuitive senses start to develop and really come alive. So that's what I like to help people do. I kind of heal the emotional blockages with the people, and then in the process develop the intuition and teach them what the intuition feels like or looks like or sounds like to them. So I just really love the process of emotions and intuition and the connection together. And I love doing that on that spiritual subconscious level. Those deeper things that we don't always know are going on inside us at that deep level. And my tip for you, it was something, but I think I'm going to change it. I'm following my intuition. I feel like as business women, we have so many ideas and we're getting all these tips here today and we're writing our lists and we're going to go check all those boxes. And what I feel like is we really need to follow our heart. And I know that just sounds cliche, but for me, I literally use my heart. My heart has a yes and it has a no. And I use that daily. I check in. If I see something that I want to be involved in, like this thing, I ask my heart and I said, is this something I need to be involved in? And my heart tells me yes and no. So I think as we're making our list and we're wanting to do so much as businesswomen, we need to also honor our path and our time and check in with our heart and see what's the most aligned decisions for us and where we should be using our time and who we should be connecting with, and let our hearts guide us. And you can connect with me on Facebook inside the Intuitive Empowerment Group, where we do lots of intuitive, emotional, wonderful things together.
Oh, beautiful, Megan. Thank you. Such beautiful messages and love your energy. We've got so many incredible, really a lot of healers that show up in this space, a lot of spiritual practitioners. My background is also in the healing arts. So I think that's where, we attract what we are, right? As we learned earlier today. So it's so wonderful to see such beautiful hearts and souls show up and share your light with us today. So thank you. And there's a wonderful quiz there for her link as well. So you can go ahead, and that is to find your intuitive sense superpower. Beautiful. Thank you, Megan. Okay, we have, before we go to the next one, I just want to say too, I know the speakers, when you come in, you also become part of our Visibility 30 challenge. So some of the guests here today are likely probably from that visibility30.com challenge as well. So that is actually 30 days of organic tips for your visibility and how to get more visible through your writing, your speaking, the media, all the different things that we teach in my community. So for those of you who are in the challenge, I would say really it's only supposed to be a 5 to 10 minute action item per day. So try to find that 5 to 10 minutes per day if you're in the challenge, and just you will see definitely the trajectory shift by the end of the 30 days of your visibility path. And if you're not signed up yet, if you're here as one of our guests and you're not in the challenge, go ahead and get in there. It's visibility30.com. It's a free challenge, evergreen. You can start anytime. So just a little reminder that is available to all of you as well. And then next up, we have the lovely Julia Asriel. Welcome, Julia.
Hi, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure and a heartwarming feeling to be with all of you. I am Julia Asriel, and I am a coach for healers. I am a founder of Confident Healers Academy, and I'm myself a breathwork facilitator and a yoga teacher and healer. And my passion is to support women, coaches, and healers who feel insecure about being visible and who feel insecure about and have doubts around sharing their message and their gifts with the world. So there's so much in them, but they don't fully shine and let themselves to be seen. And the way that I work with them is to really go deep into what is the trauma that was created that stops them from being able to share and shine in the world. And my hot tip is around connecting and nurturing the inner child. being able to connect with that part, which we all have, that part of us that is very tender and young, very young part of us that had experiences around trauma of being visible or other traumas. So really learning to be with that part of ourselves that needs tenderness. And the name of my brand is Gentle Heart. So I think my superpower is really loving up and bringing out the vulnerability as a superpower in the healers, and really loving and embracing that part that is tender. And my ask for you, I would love to, I see so many of you that I really resonate with, and I would love to start doing, one of you offered the tip of doing the exchanges in our communities. I would absolutely love to bring the divine feminine approach and the gentleness to your communities and invite your superpowers to be part of my community. Thank you so much, Heather. It's such a pleasure to be with all of you.
Thank you, Yulia. Yeah, so go ahead, write in the chat. The chat is like always on fire here. I love, and I'm already seeing a lot of people make really nice new connections. So if you'd like to collaborate with Yulia, go ahead, put a chat, something in the chat there, maybe Facebook, a Facebook Live or an Instagram collab. Any of you who are resonating and feel like you have something to share with each other's audiences, go ahead and connect here in the chat. Also, remember, we're going to have the after party in the Facebook group as well, where you can continue to chat and connect. So beautiful, Yulia. Thank you so much for your kind, sweet energy, all your sweet messages leading up to the party. I really appreciate that. It's a lot of moving parts for us. So, we appreciate when people are appreciative of all the work we're doing to make this a reality. So thank you.
You're rocking it. You're such an inspiration, Heather.
Thank you. Okay, we're getting close, everybody. We're almost there. We've got Janelle Chase Myers next. Welcome, Janelle.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Heather, for putting this on. I'm truly enjoying this. And I am Dr. Janelle Chase Myers, also known as JC Myers. And I hail from the beautiful island of Barbados, where I think that that's the wellness paradise of the world. And I help individuals redesign their lives after feeling stuck from their personal trauma, life-changing hardships, and life transitions and adversities, so that they can successfully transform and re-engineer their lives and live life full out. And for me, that's my personal mantra. After losing my husband at the age of 27 with a 4-week-old baby. So Jill, I instantly connected, because we do have the power to show people that you can transform your life after personal trauma and grief. And my hot tip for this tribe is to actually purposely pause when you're in a place of stuckness. And recognize that being in a place of stuckness is truly part of the movement. This movement of stuckness also allows us in so many ways to audit where we want to be in our lives and then reverse engineer it. And that's what I had to do over the last 14 years. And I invite every single one of you in here who's changing the narrative with every single thing that you do, to allow that moment of stuckness to lead you into your greatness. My ask is definitely to be able to collaborate with you ladies and you share how you've re-engineered your life, because I honestly believe that all of us have a moment where we have to reverse engineer the plans, the initial plans we had, and then life kind of just said, reality? I would love to hear the stories of every single one of you in a way that people can actually validate what's happening to them. And my call to action for you ladies, May is Mental Health Month. And as a mental health practitioner and a consultant, I'm actually doing mental health, rethinking mental health series, where I get people to come in and think about different topics: motherhood, entrepreneurship. How do you even think about your process of your healing your body? So I invite you to my masterclasses on Thursdays, and you could connect with me with jcmears.com and JC Mears on IG, and all of my information is there. So thank you so much. And remember to purposely pause for movement.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I don't know, but I'm somehow having a premonition about a retreat for all of us in Barbados.
And I do retreats, and my next retreat is actually in August. It's interesting you said that. I have one coming up in July.
I was feeling it. I was feeling the connection
So
of
you ladies are more than welcome. It's actually a girlfriend wellness retreat that I'm doing. And it's really about how do we tap into that side of us where we don't let our girlfriends actually understand the pain that we're going through and how we can actually be better friends in our reverse engineering. So I would love to have you ladies there.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your light with us today. Oh my gosh, I feel the energy, so much power coming from there. Thank you. All right, we have a couple more to go here. So we're doing great. We have Gael Beruel. I need to roll the R's, I think.
Yeah, no, it's great. Thank you so much, Heather, to be there. It's such a pleasure to be all of you. I'm in a co-working space, so I'm not sure the light is great, but I hope it's okay. So my name is Gael Beruel. I'm the founder of a Rockstar Mindset, and it is a wellness company helping women entrepreneurs really to be visible in a way that feels authentic, easy, and fun for them, so they really can make the impact and money they want. And so my biggest tip for you is really what I use all the time when I'm speaking on camera and on stage. And I truly embody the energy of joy, of love, and of service. It's just a question of intention. Think about what your people, your audience want to feel when they're going to hear your word, when you're going to show up on camera. And so I really focus on this beautiful energy inside of me, within me, in order to command it when I'm going to speak to my audience. And I do it all the time because I want for them to feel joyful, good, inspired, and to take action. And from what I can see, is working quite well. So I really wanted to share this with you because it's such a joy for people to feel right now. They're craving more emotion and feelings. And I think we got this beautiful ability to connect and to relate to them. So my ask for today is I would love to collaborate with you ladies. I love what you do. I think any woman deserves to shine and to be visible unapologetically in their professional life, irrespective of what they do. So I'm so glad to be part of the visibility party. Thank you, Heather, basically, to have invited me for this party. I love it. It's such a great idea. And I love to collaborate with some of you. And thank you so much for all of you with your beautiful energy, with your visibility tips, and to be there.
Oh, I love it. I feel like I could listen to you all day. I love it. So beautiful. And yes, like really, this is just, it's good vibes all around, right? Like, I think we're all feeling it. So thank you, Gael. Thank you so much for joining us today. Beautiful. Okay, we are down to our last speaker bringing us home, Raya Karen Leith. Carry us away.
There we go. Speaking of the backgrounds, I guess mine's nature background. Doesn't really have a color other than green, I guess. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Listening to everybody is just absolutely amazing. And I'm just like loaded with information. So I don't even know if I'm going to go on the right direction. But so I'm an intuitive, holistic, nature-based therapist, and I have taken practice of 25 years outside of four walls into nature, using the elements of nature, earth, water, fire, and air, and helping people, mostly women and youth, to heal and to grow. We meander together, we walk together, we hold space, we empower each other, and I've just, in a very unique and different way, nature is my guide, and animals also are my assistants. So I have a very unique and fun practice, and I work with people to heal trauma, anxiety, PTSD, overwhelm, exhaustion, fear, that feeling of loss. I do also work with grief. I work with everything that breaks us down and throws us all over and makes us feel completely disconnected in our lives. So my biggest thing is taking people and helping them to disconnect from that doing and exhaustion and allowing themselves to reconnect to their roots. Hence, my practice is Roots to Wellness. So I've gone back to the roots of nature, go back to the roots of ourselves, being in that childlike place, playing, exploring, being is a big, huge one. And you'll hear the birds in the background. I've got the geese here. So I'm bringing nature right to you. I had to sit out here. It's very grounding. I've got my bare feet on the ground and I'm enjoying that space. And it's, I've got a podcast where I share an amazing platform. I started kind of as myself, just to share amazing tips in nature spaces. Now I'm starting to bring on amazing guests and have some of the most phenomenal conversations. And so you can join me there. You can join me. I have a Facebook group and I have Instagram is kind of my thing. It's got a link tree, so you can find all my stuff there. And join me in nature. It's an amazing way to reconnect to your soul and your purpose. And my biggest tip for everybody is don't be afraid to show up exactly as you are, who you're meant to be here on this time, on this planet as, and show your true colors, be who you're meant to be authentic and raw and real, come from that beautiful, beautiful heart, and watch yourself blossom and grow. And it is such an amazing experience to share that with everyone that comes into my world. And I'm just excited to connect with so many beautiful, heart-centered people in this group. Anyways, that's my excitement for the day. And I will tune out now.
Thank you. Oh, yes. And I just feel the nature. That is just a beautiful background, hearing the birds. You totally are in it. And yeah, completely walking your talk. So thank you, Raya. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
All right. Beautiful, everyone. Okay. So we're about to wrap up. But before we go, we have a couple quick trivia questions. So we're going to see who is paying attention today. I'm going to ask a couple questions. Whoever puts the name in of who the answer is first wins a prize. They're going to win my Visibility Accelerator. And I would just say, if you are a client of mine, there might be some here today, maybe in the audience too. You already have it, so you don't need to play. So, all right, let's do the first question. Who suggested to collaborate on Instagram? And you can just go ahead and put the name of the person in the chat. Yulia got it. Yes, it's Sophia. Yeah, great job, Yulia. You can just email us at support@prstars.net and we'll get you hooked up with your prize. Yay. Sophia says, yay. Wonderful. Okay. Who is seeking pet lovers as brand ambassadors?
Oh.
I'm going to go back to, let me get this.
Oh, what was that called?
Do we have it here? Let's see. Looks like Liz got it. Liz Bloomfield, you got
FetchaDate. That's right.
Sheryl. Yes. Sheryl from FetchaDate. Wonderful. So Liz, go ahead. You can email support@prstars.net. And let's see. Let's do one more. Who is Irish and lives in Germany? Sophia got it. Ruth, you got it. Woohoo! Awesome. All right. It was so fun to play with everyone today on our virtual stage. If you want to continue to chat and connect, we have the after party post in the Facebook group. Can we pop that link in one more time just to make sure everyone knows where to go? And yeah, I think that's it. We have, just so everyone knows, we are doing these now once a month. We did a bunch in the beginning, and we wanted to reach that goal of 80. I think we did 80 speakers and within 60 days or something crazy like that. Now we're just doing 20 speakers per month. So if you have friends or colleagues that you think would make good speakers for our stage, we'd love for you to have them submit. And in the meantime, we'll just stay connected in the Facebook community, the Shine Strategy Insiders group. And this will be ready shortly as a replay. So for anyone who wants to share this, you're able to do that with your audience, your community, and just share the love from today. So I want to thank you all for coming out to this power hour. I saw lots of great new, beautiful connections happening in the chat. I know a lot of you are going to continue on to become friends and colleagues. And I look forward to playing with you further in other experiences and events that we have. So let's all take ourselves off mute and let's make some noise as we head on out. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
We did it.
Great job, everybody.
So good.
Thank you.